Brazilian man who shoved a 4.4-pound dumbbell up his ass and it got stuck there. Enough of this urethra stuff. Back to the ass, right?
Okay.
Just pushing the
more old
limits
school.
of the anus.
That is old school. Let's see. Check out.
He's a romantic.
Yeah, he's a romantic. He's into the classics.
Yeah.
Check out this X-ray. Holy.
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah. Good morning.
Oh.
Welcome to episode 920 of Hard Factor. It's another What the Fuck Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. As you can tell, our voices are still recovering from the Florida trip. Was so fun. Pat is not joining us again today, but he will be back the rest of the week after this episode. But today, Wes has another dark roast coffee for us, sadly, to kick things off.
It's bold.
Bold, yes, indeed. Robust blend.
The arrow's all the way to the right on this bag.
Oh, 10 intensity, 1 out of 10, 10.
I'd say a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's intense. Dark again. And then Mark has Brazilian butts and magic mushrooms in the TikTok
Hey.
International Moment.
Hey.
Look at that. That's fun. And then I've got Elon's World and some hot seats to close things out. Anything else, boys? What else is going on? You know,
I had a first today. I never thought this would happen. So my car is like 1,000 miles over the oil change that it's supposed to be.
That's nothing.
Right. That's nothing.
Nothing.
That's usually what I give it. I
nothing.
usually give it between 500. I'm never like on time.
I killed a car one time with that, so I just always am a psycho about it now.
So did I, but
I usually
nothing.
it's not. So, but I bought a Groupon. It was like I'm right at the 1,000, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in the morning. So I drive up to the Valvoline, and I'm like, here for an oil change. Got a Groupon, and the guy checks my oil, and he comes and he shows me. He's like, dude, like if you want to get another 1,000 miles out of this, no problem. Like it's nice and gold. It's not dirty. And
What?
Like, you telling me you don't want to give me an oil change? And he's
that
like,
guy told you that.
yeah,
That
he
guy's the
told me
man.
that. 2 guys. They were like looking at each other like, oh yeah, he could get another 1,000. I was like, you tell me I can save this Groupon, go another 1,000 miles?
They must have had a busy day.
No, that was the only guy in there.
Really.
I was the only
Maybe
person
they're
there.
robbing the place, and they're like,
They might have been.
They had to dress up like
They're either lazy,
Yeah,
honest,
they might have been robbing the place.
or robbing.
Get them
the
out of
place.
here.
Yeah, I was shocked though. I was like, this has never happened to me before. They were like, get out of here.
Wow. Yeah, they were watching the game or something.
Yeah, that's
What they were doing.
they weren't ready to change oil right at that
No.
moment.
No,
No.
it was like 8:30 in the morning. But
Yeah, they're like, idiot.
yeah,
You could go another couple months. Just get the fuck out of here.
yeah. See you for your new engine, moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you left.
So I left. Yeah, I
You
felt
should
all
probably
great
go
about
to-
it. I was like,
You should probably get a second opinion next week.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere else
Somewhere else,
tomorrow. Yeah.
Where is the Groupon work at some different places?
No,
or-
it's just different Valvolines all over the
Okay.
Austin.
Oh,
So-
man.
but the other
Different.
one's way out of my way. So
Hmm.
I'll have to look at it.
yeah, you can't go back now for another 1,000 miles.
Right now I'm gonna look like a moron if I go back.
Yeah. Look,
They know-
I
they know
took your
exactly
advice
my mileage.
yesterday,
Yeah.
but today I just wanted to say I think you're a liar.
Right. Yeah. I'm actually scared.
Yeah. If that's
Yeah.
okay, I'd like you to just honor the Groupon.
Right. Yeah. This is so strange that I'm
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah. How about I tell you to do your job and you don't intimidate me
Yeah.
like you did yesterday?
Right. Yeah.
We'll call it even.
Look, I don't know what color the oil's supposed to be, pal.
Yeah.
Look, all I know is I'm 1,000 over.
Can I just get a new quart or
You
so
gotta
of
go to a
oil?
different Valvoline now.
Yeah.
There's no
Now I have
chance.
to.
Yeah.
Fucking
There's
ridiculous.
no way you could go back to the same one.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to like have someone else drive the car.
I'll just drive by and see if I can recognize the guys in there.
Yeah.
And if they're different, I'll pull in.
What if like mid oil change that guy shows up though? You're like,
Right.
You're
He's
Yeah.
gonna get there on his break.
Yeah. You hide out until he goes to lunch.
Didn't trust me, huh?
Yeah,
No, sir.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty hilarious. That's
Let's
all I
do the
got.
news.
Okay, let's do the news.
Good one.
Let's do the news.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Fun fact. This is for all of us grower, not shower guys out there.
Look at that.
Yep.
Did you know
Listening?
listen closely, guys. That shorter penises increase more in length than longer ones when they become erect. So research based on the penis measurements of
Yeah, obviously.
around
the whole saying.
not necessarily. Around 3,000 men found that shorter penises increased 86% when erect, nearly twice that of longer penises, which only increased 47% when erect.
They have
So-
nowhere to go. Those big dick,
Right.
flaccid big dick idiots.
but you might, I mean, if they were increasing the same amount, they'd just be monsters.
well, yeah.
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 So
Oh, wow. Yeah.
this is
that's
from
true.
1988 in a study published in the Journal of Sex Research. They also found that the big difference in length between a short penis and a longer one was a lot less obvious when erect than flaccid. For example, flaccid penises varied by length by 1.2 inches, whereas the average erect lengths differed by 0.67 inches. So
makes sense.
it makes sense. So might look like a child in the locker room, but in the bedroom you're hitting with the big boys.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
yeah, it's got to grow. It's not great at the urinal, but it's not bad
Right.
in the bedroom. Yeah,
That's
exactly. What's it called? Who's the famous guy who had AIDS in the John Holmes.
John Holmes, the porn star.
Yeah, his dick was so big flaccid that he never even got fully erect. Like it didn't grow at all. It just
Right.
hopefully got enough blood in it to get hard because he had just a 13-inch
couldn't even
flaccid
fill it.
penis. Couldn't even
Wow.
fill up the blood in that thing.
Oh yeah. Well, Ron Jeremy used to have to like hold his to get it in. Like it was
Like,
so
gotta do, a
spongy.
cock ring or yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so at least ours is super rigid,
Right.
right?
Oh, it's
Imagine how hydrated
hard,
you have
yeah.
to stay.
super
If you-
hard.
If you've got a dick that long and flaccid, you're having to drink like gallons of water a day just to get a hard on.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know how that is.
That's
yeah.
a problem I'm glad I don't have now.
Yeah,
Wouldn't know.
yeah.
Right. Aren't
Those
we glad?
Those idiots?
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Aren't we glad we don't have big dicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life's a lot easier.
Yeah. Man. All this time. All right.
That's a load off.
Yeah, it's a load up.
Oh, this is a dark roast.
Yeah. No, this starts out really great.
Right.
I got a joke for you guys. This is oldie but a goodie for those that haven't heard. I actually forgot about it, but why does Dr. Pepper come in a can?
Because you can't come in something else. Something about coming. Because
Because you don't want to see what it actually looks like through the bottle.
No, because his wife is dead.
yeah, exactly. It was about coming.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Mark.
Yeah,
It's
Dr.
definitely about sex.
I just couldn't nail it, but I knew it was
Right.
about coming
Yeah, of
in a
course,
can
yeah.
versus coming.
Once you hear
in-
cum, if
yeah.
I'm telling a joke that has
Yeah.
cum in it, it's about coming.
I was on it. I was onto it
You
got
are. I should have just stayed along your line.
Yeah. because
his
his
wife's
wife's
What-
dead.
Wes did a great job not giving me any facial indications of whether you were close or not.
Right.
So
Yeah. You know who would have loved that one? Gilbert Gottfried.
yes.
R.I.P. He sadly
Yes.
passed away at the age of 67 yesterday after what they're calling a battle with a long disease, some disease. Here's a statement put out by his family. We are heartbroken to announce the passing of our beloved Gilbert Gottfried after a long illness. In addition to being the most iconic voice in comedy, Gilbert was a wonderful husband, brother, friend, and father of his two young children. Although today's a sad day for all of us, please keep laughing as loud as possible in Gilbert's honor. Love the Gottfried family, so we will certainly try to do that for you, Gilbert. He was one of the best guests on Howard Stern. Ever.
Oh, yeah.
was
really funny in a
yeah.
just totally obnoxious voice and
Great
laugh.
roasts.
Yeah.
YouTube Howard Stern, Gilbert Gottfried's back from the 80s, 90s
With him and
Some
Artie.
funny-
Dude, he's
funny
really
stuff.
funny. Like
It's
he's a
racy.
funny-
Yeah, he's very
a
funny.
funny comedian.
Oh, he's very politically incorrect. He's
Yeah.
he is good on those roasts and stuff. He's one of those old
Mhm.
school. He was in that group with Saget and all those people. Like they were
Yeah.
they're old school dirty
Yeah.
comics. Very
he's-
funny.
He's very dirty and funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's awesome. So R.I.P. To Gilbert. Okay. Moving on to trending mentions. Inflation. Okay, not great. From Forbes, prices in March increased 1.2% from the previous month, according to the
Ugh.
Bureau of Labor Statistics. higher than the 0.8% increase in February. The price for goods and services has increased 8.5% from March 2021 to March 2022. It's the highest inflation rate since December 1981 and the fastest inflation pace since that same year. That increase is up from 7.9% in February, and inflation now has notched new 40-year highs for 5 straight months.
Yeah,
so,
we just keep breaking new records. It seems like we're going to get to the 70s eventually, which was like 20%. Like,
yeah. At some point, it has to stop, right?
Well, I mean, back in the 70s, it lasted a really long time. So if it's like the start of that right now again, it could last. It could get way higher and be worse. Yeah. Just depends. I mean, I saw that Manchin's very upset, like with the Fed not raising interest rates enough, and like, you know, more spending, right? Because like basically all this is a hangover from COVID. We're having a post-COVID inflation hangover. And
they told us this was coming.
Right. And nobody Jerome Powell and Joe Biden didn't fucking pay attention. They just kept spending and printing money. And it's like,
look, I'm just saying,
here we are.
My cats better stay healthy, because if they break a leg, it's getting like taped up type thing. You know.
Well, the surgery's going to be like
off.
$50,000.
There won't be a surgery, is my point. They're going to have to. The bone's going to heal how it heals.
Pet cancer surgery used to be an average of $10,000. Remember, that was what they were telling you to not do once, because it's going to be more. They're like, inflation's going to make that 20. Now you bankrupt yourself trying to save your pet.
Hey, how about you euthanize me? While you're at it, you know?
Right? Yeah, you're killing my bank account here.
Yeah. That was that Bloomberg article about how to beat inflation with your own.
Don't have a pet unless you're a millionaire. That article. Yeah.
Don't eat.
Well, what if you already had 5 before that article came out? You know,
tough shit.
Yeah.
Tough shit, Mark.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're rescues. Tougher shit.
Yeah.
So, frankly, I don't want to talk about it. Obviously, this is bad for Democrats leading up to the elections. Republicans are going to hammer the inflation and gas prices talking points, but, I mean, COVID, right? That's what this was coming, I believe, no matter.
It's all a combo now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What's happening now, plus what happened then. Yeah. It's
right.
Perfect storm.
So, the largest, financially fucked. So the largest increases over the past 12 months. Meat, poultry, fish, and eggs, 13.7. Fruits and veggies, 7. Electricity, 11.1. Furniture and bedding, 15.8. Women's dresses.
Furniture was already ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you got to go to Rooms to Go. You'll get a great deal on some furniture. Rent, this one sucks, up 4.4. Not according to my landlord, who increased my rent by like 20%. So, fuck him. Another example of inflation is airfare. Over the pandemic, we're like, hey, we can finally go on vacation.
It was cheap during the pandemic. Now it is not cheap. And the seats are smaller, my friends.
I just paid Europe prices to go to Virginia in May. It's insane.
Yeah, up 20%. The fares compared with March 2019.
I gotta call myself out real quick and call out an airline, because I flew American on the way to Florida. And hang on, time out. This is good for American. Like the seatbelt was nice. Like I had enough room. I had like 6 inches on my seatbelt. I
agree. I thought the same thing.
And then I went to Southwest, and I was almost like getting the extender, and I was like, holy shit! Like I can't fly Southwest anymore. Like the seats in Southwest are like 36 inches across.
But the bad news,
absurd, and they don't have first class. Fuck
no
Southwest.
booze on American.
Well, yeah, no, but still, they'll fix that. That starts April 18th. My point is, the seats on Southwest are for skinny people. Okay. Fat people cannot fly on Southwest.
U.S. airlines are in shambles right now. It's
TSA's low on numbers, pilots low on numbers,
people leaving their bags outside the airport.
Tough for all these aviation fans, I'm sure, listening to this.
Yeah.
Well, the pilots are going on strike because they have too many hours. Any more pilots?
I'm not flying Southwest, even if I get skinny again out of principle. They almost embarrassed me.
Dude, Mark, I'm glad you say that, because I was going to do a PSA. I posted that I was B31 in my Southwest. So 90 people were in front of me. And there was one seat on the airplane that has no seat in front of it. And I was like walking down the aisle, 90th in line. And I saw this seat and I was like, no one's picking that seat. What morons? I'm going to extend my legs. What I found out after I sat down is that the armrest in that seat has the tray inside of it. So it's got nowhere for a fat guy's ass to escape out the bottom. Right. It's a solid armrest. It can't go up or down. Right. So you are pinned if you're a fat guy in that seat. I do not recommend it.
Yeah.
I stayed there.
I do not
recommend it.
I don't recommend flying Southwest if you're above 200 pounds.
They made the seat
Right.
small. It sounds
Way
like
smaller.
Southwest really shrunk them.
It's literally like a 6-inch difference in
Mhm.
like a belt or literally a seatbelt. It's a 6-inch different on the belt.
Well, they're cutting back, and every flight's completely full because of gas
Yeah,
prices.
right.
It's just nuts. It's
It's-
crazy.
It's crazy. Also, I thought I had got the jackpot, and it was actually the worst seat in the whole.
I'm
fucking
cutting
thing.
my Southwest card up tomorrow.
Also, I went to Subway today. This is another example of inflation. The kiddo got a 6-inch sweet onion teriyaki. I got a foot-long Subway club, no chips, no drinks,
$20.
$20.11. Here's
Whoa.
here's the receipt to prove it.
Oh my
Look at that.
god!
There it is,
That's a
$20.11.
It's
Oh, it's
instead
12
of
for a
instead of a
Subway?
$5 foot long, it's
Yeah.
$12 now.
$12
Damn.
$12
It's $1 per inch.
$12
$12
foot long.
What is it? That's
Yeah.
like two. That's like the deli prices.
It's
like two cheese.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Why would you go to Subway ever again?
Never.
Yeah.
No, go to a good sandwich shop.
Go to a good sandwich place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend $2 more and get like a
Ike's.
10
Ike's-
times
What'd you say?
higher quality sandwich.
Ike's, former, CEO and founder of Ike's. Ike was on our show, right? Like those are delicious sandwiches. They're definitely like
Yeah, they're using better
10,
ingredients.
10 to
Subway.
$12 for a giant Ike's.
Subway got
Yeah.
busted for
Right.
using
Yeah.
yoga mats in their bread before.
Yeah.
So
Fake
Yeah.
tuna.
Never again.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Never again. Okay, moving on. Some bad news. Here's where it's get a little dark. The shooting. Of course, talking about the shooting at the Brooklyn subway station yesterday morning, right during rush hour, right when people were just trying to get on with their lives, go to work, provide for their families, maybe kids going to school, because a lot of kids use the fucking subway in New York City to go to school. And some asshole decided he was going to open up a smoke bomb and then start shooting people in a subway train, in a car.
This has got to be like what a lot of people think fear is going to happen every day, and then it
Yeah,
happens. Like,
it is.
Like I bet you most people have that thought at least once a day on the way to work. Like, boy, I hope someone doesn't shoot this.
this is a
Like,
domestic terrorist attack.
Yeah, I hope there's
Oh,
no terrorist
100%.
attack on this train this
Yeah.
morning, and then this
Yeah.
asshole went ahead and did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, they're being cautious about calling a terrorist attack. This is the
No, it
definition
is.
of terrorism.
It's
Yeah.
This is the
100%
definition.
domestic
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what skin color or what race
Right.
the person is. It could
Right.
be a white woman. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's a terrorist attack.
Yeah, the
No, it is,
definition
for
of
sure.
terrorism
He's
is
terrorizing
exactly this.
citizens
Yeah.
in Brooklyn. And I was thinking about this earlier. It's tragic every time this happens, and it's crazy. For all the rights we gave up for the war on terror, the Patriot Act, and all
Mhm.
that. So you get surveilled constantly. I'm sure we save a lot of these and stop a lot of them.
Mhm.
But
They didn't stop this guy.
you don't stop this guy that you basically gave up the Fourth Amendment. So when they happen at all now, it's like super disappointing. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, I thought that you spied on all of us so that you fucking stop this shit.
Well, they used to release stories of like the people they caught, but I haven't seen a lot of those. That would give them a little bit more goodwill if they released. We caught this people.
Yeah,
we caught
yeah.
these
Grady
people. we caught
jutted
this-
up a little bit.
Yeah.
DIA,
Yes,
if you want to
yes.
prove that you're actually like keeping us safe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because right now the proof's not in the pudding. Inflation's at 40 years high, and you're asking for more tax dollars. Fuck that! You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, New York City is just a shit show with crime right
It'll
now.
make you lose your voice.
Yeah,
Make you
well,
lose your voice.
it's driving. Yeah.
It'll drive you
Um,
nuts.
Fuck that!
Fuck that.
I can't, if I try to yell loud,
Like, bro, we're not a
No,
show.
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So as of this recording, what we know so far is that 29 people were treated at nearby hospitals. Some of them were in critical condition. It looks like everyone's going to live.
Wow.
Hopefully that remains true.
That
Very
would be
lucky.
great. That'd be great.
Um,
yeah.
He used this asshole used a handgun. Some reports of it jamming during the shooting. He had multiple more clips he was looking to probably unload. He had a bag of what people are saying were fireworks, more smoke bombs. He was just gonna terrorize the fuck out of this subway station. And luckily, it didn't go as planned. But he still got. I'm going to show you guys some video. I don't know if you saw this, but you can hear the gunshots. It's a little disturbing. There's blood, but most of this stuff's blurred out. So. Smoke just
Yeah, look at the
billowing.
smoke billowing out. That's the that's
that's-
the part I didn't understand for like a shooting, but then I found out the smoke bombs.
Yeah. People are just running for their lives.
There's
People
one guy
are-
like limping that comes out here
Yeah.
because he was
Mhm.
clearly shot in the leg.
right. Yep.
Yeah,
People are
get carried
bleeding.
out. Yeah.
This
that one
next
guy.
this next portion of the video is scary. It's from the
This
inside
guy's
of the other.
limping. Look, see,
Right.
he's coming out. He clearly got shot in the leg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This
he's
next
down.
video is
He goes
crazy
down.
because it's a video from inside the other train, and people are just like trying to get away because they see the smoke, and then you hear
Oh,
gunshots. Yeah. So that's the other train right next to it.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, he's just shooting. People are like frantically trying to get out. I mean,
You're trapped. Yeah.
Yeah. People are. I mean, it's just terrible. A terrible
So
scene.
he let off a smoke bomb and just started firing in his own car, basically.
Exactly. That's exactly what he fucking did. So, they located a U-Haul
Just killed
van,
this guy, right?
which was apparently rented in Philly. They found it about 10 miles away. They found the keys, and I'm seeing reports that they found this guy's credit card that he dropped at the scene. So this guy's a fucking idiot as well as an asshole.
Right. Like, see, like if he's this sloppy, like, come on, like you have like literally the NSA spies on everybody in America.
Right.
You'd think they would be able to fucking see this one coming. If he drops his credit card at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever. I mean, like, I know I'm hard on the intelligence community, but come on, guys. Like,
right. Well, they're gonna catch.
You gotta show us results for all these tax increases.
I'm sure this guy had plenty of search history and stuff going on leading up to this. I don't think it was a spur of the moment decision.
They're gonna be connected. I mean, they've already got a person of interest. This is put out by NYPD News. His name is Frank James. He's a black dude. They say he's like 5'5", heavy set. There's a picture. You can find him on Twitter. Find the picture on Twitter. So
5'5". Well, that's why he did it.
Right. Yeah. 5'5".
No. Napoleon guy.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if this is the guy, but he's a person.
Everybody survives.
Yeah, person of interest. Hope everyone survives. Call the tip line if you see him.
I wonder why everyone was getting shot in the leg. 5'5". Sorry.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, yeah.
Come on.
Wayne,
okay. Let's move on to the final story of the day, or
the cream of the crop.
And Mark, we should have seen this one coming. We've been looking over at whales, and like idiots, we forgot or didn't know that the most unsuspecting creature in the ocean is also a fucking whale with teeth, that being the bottlenose dolphin. Fucking flipper.
Yeah.
So,
Give them too many passes.
Look at the dolphins just frolicking in the ocean. You can pay to swim with these things.
Yeah. They're so cute and smart.
Yep.
We saw a ton of them before. They were awesome.
Yeah. But they're whales. They are whales. They're part of the order.
I mean, they're technically not whales. They're small.
They're toothed whales. Listen to this. They're part.
They got a little bit of pit in them, don't they?
They're porpoises. It's a porpoise.
I'm going to explain it. They are part of the order Cetacea, which is a group of sea mammals that includes whales, dolphins, and porpoises.
They do something on porpoise, Will.
Next, the order Cetacea is broken into two suborders.
Cetacea is the best. How do you spell that?
Cetacea.
Nice.
Or Cetacea. Next, it's broken into two suborders. Mastectidae, which are the baleen whales, the things that have like the beards inside their mouths, or Odontocetes, which are toothed whales. Guess where dolphins fall in?
Toothed whales.
Toothed whales, yeah. So
baleen's a little bit less dangerous. Yeah.
Baleens are huge. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, and they just all day they're just taking in plankton 24/7.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So now they're turning on us, showing their true whale nature. Here's some shocking footage.
Oh, I mean, these are just large mammals of the sea.
Listen, I don't know why you're defending these motherfuckers. I really don't.
Well, would you say bears turned on humans? I mean, that's like kind of saying like,
what are you on?
The grizzly bears
stock in SeaWorld, Will?
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Like,
did you have a great time with a dolphin one time?
Yeah.
You go to a dolphin experience?
I love the majesty, especially.
What you like conceived in the ocean? What do you?
Yeah,
I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
You love it too, Mark.
I love the ocean.
How many dips did you take in Florida?
Oh, I literally, but I only go, like 20
You're
yards
saying
out.
Can't get you there.
He can't get me there.
Okay.
He can't get me there.
I like boats too.
If he wants to, we could. Tell you that.
Yes.
You ever seen him go on the beach in those little
Next year we'll get a boat trip in. We'll go whale watching. Maybe they've got. Well, I guess Florida's probably not big.
Ooh, I would love to go whale watching.
I've been whale watching. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from April 9th during the Flipper show at the Miami Seaquarium. Here it is. Here's the attack.
Everybody down across the USA.
I love the
good song.
Oh, the dolphin just brought him under. He's trying to swim away.
Oh, jacked him up.
Oh, again.
Look at the surfer guy just getting out of Dodge, not offering his surfboard.
See ya.
Like, offer the guy the surfboard to pull him
Listen to what they say here at the end.
but the dolphin lets it go eventually.
Yeah,
Listen.
it just was proving a point.
It really was. Point proven.
Wait.
What they,
That's what we call surfing dolphin style. They're trying to
Wow.
comic. Yeah.
Insult to
play it off.
injury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to play it off.
But meanwhile, Greg's got 3 broken ribs,
Right.
and he's
Yeah.
he's spitting up blood, and the audience is loving it.
That's I love they're playing surfing like with the Beach Boys. It's a fucking.
It's such a nice
I
song,
think that's the Beach
and
Boys.
this
Yes.
guy's getting attacked. Yeah,
It's very crazy.
It is
So,
delicious.
the people often this is from Center for Surf Research .org. Quote: People often wonder, do wild dolphins attack humans? And fatal dolphin attacks on humans are extremely rare. There's one reported instance occurred in 1994 in Sao Paulo. It's documented that internal injuries led to the death of a man after
Right.
being rammed by a dolphin. So they didn't
Right.
bite him; they rammed him.
yeah. It's
In
broken
addition-
ribs and shit. Yeah,
Right? Yeah, they can rupture your kidney.
yeah.
In addition, in the past decade, listen to this, it seems as if the number of dolphins attacked per year has increased.
Oh yeah,
whoa.
that's like
Yeah.
inflation.
Mhm. That's
Is
right.
that just because there's more dolphins and humans, and so that we just
No.
have more interactions?
No,
Because
it's
dolphins
because
they're getting ready for the big one.
yeah, they're prepping for the war.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
exactly. They're like it's in like the Planet of the Apes. You know, like the more
Mhm.
aggressive dolphins are just doing the attacks and then
Mhm.
reporting back to the group being like, I think I killed that dude. It was
I'm
pretty
pretty
easy."
sure we would beat the shit out of dolphins in an actual war.
but not dolphins and whales.
Right.
And then sharks are so stupid they probably couldn't get on the same page. But dolphins and
Yeah.
whales would be tough.
Yeah, sharks are just dumb fish.
Well,
Sharks
yeah,
are
but
dumb.
if all whales were in on it, that's not.
Yeah,
the
dolphins
dol-
got to get the orcas. The orcas are the key. Will
Right.
the orcas are the
well,
key?
those are dolphins.
I know. So like, but that's the one. They're like the really most important soldier in the war.
They're
'cause
like the gorilla
they're the tank,
of the
yes,
Planet of
yes.
the Apes. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. If the
Absolutely.
orcas decide to all get in on it, we're in trouble.
Well,
Yeah.
if they do declare war, I'm going to be really torn. I like
I like
whales
the
a
ocean.
lot.
I know.
Yep.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be a tough day. From
Well, also,
Newsweek.
dolphins make people fuck them. Remember all those stories where the one
Mhm.
lady, the dolphin kept sliding up to her with a boner and just like humping her, and she just
I
jerked
mean,
him
ask
off.
John McAfee, R.I.P.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
about any of this. and
Dolphins
he'll
are
let you
horny
know.
for humans. So they're they want to fuck us and they want to kill us. It's not a surprise. Yeah.
Right. So a dolphin expert, Naomi A. Rose, talked to Newsweek, and she said that she's a mammal expert from Animal Welfare Institute. She told that while the video does not show the incident close up enough to determine exactly what happened, it is clear the dolphin struck the trainer. However, it's more likely the dolphin rammed the trainer, and this is more concerning because ramming is done with the rostrum, which is very strong, and it's like the point of their nose, and it's how dolphins
Not
repel
the
sharks.
rostrum.
Yeah, they can break ribs, kill people doing this, and it's because the trainer seemed to be moving through the water like it was just getting pushed around like a rag doll. And this is probably just a warning that the dolphin may
Yeah.
be frustrated or trying to communicate like, hey, this is what's coming for the rest of time. This is
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Once I hear Beach Boys, you're fucked.
Rostrums, yeah,
You're getting rostrums.
yeah. Welcome to the rostrum area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in.
So she also said dolphins rarely do anything accidentally.
So they're gonna kill that dolphin, right?
Oh yeah, they already sold it to Japan to do
Yeah,
it
that
as they
dolphin's
please.
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mhm, yeah.
Gonna kill that dolphin for
Yeah,
sure.
no,
Oh,
it's
for
on
sure.
It's on its way to Japan. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For sure. Check this out, though, guys. If they're going to start ramming them, check out the bowhead whale or the Greenland white right
Whoa.
whale.
That looks
at
like
that
a
head.
plankton. Look at that. Looks like a
Look
plankton.
at that head.
Yeah.
That's
That would
a
hurt.
baleen whale.
That's a
That-
baleen
look
whale.
how much
Yeah.
that's. I mean,
Compared to an
that-
elephant.
that thing's going to crush you if it rams you.
Oh, you turn
Look at it. It's got a flat front of its face.
I'm saying
and
it's going to
everything.
jump. They're going to jump on all our boats, and then the killer whales will tear us apart.
Yeah.
And while the dolphins just organize everything.
That giant baleen whale would knock you unconscious, so it'd be like a peaceful death, I think. But orca would be not
Orca
great,
would- no,
and
they would-
3 dolphins rostruming you, not great.
Not great. Keep an eye out.
Oh, it's like raptors. It's like looks like these 3 dolphins have a bone to pick with me.
I don't know. I still think they're largely harmless.
Yeah, most of them.
Okay. Yeah, most
We'll see.
It's on the
I mean,
rise.
don't jump in the water with a bunch of orcas. I,
I
would
hope
say.
the
Or any
devious ones
dolphins, probably.
don't win over the crew. You know, Like,
Right.
But you wouldn't like jump into a nest of snakes either. It's just wildlife.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't jump into a nest of orcas. That's for sure. Like
No.
that'd be a bad idea.
Pod.
But-
Yeah, no way.
Snakes also don't come seeking after you as much as I think that if the orcas decide to, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot to take in, shootings,
it
killer
really
dolphins, sandwich prices, small airplane seats, feeling a little stressed. Yeah. Well,
Might
learning to
be.
manage daily stress and anxious thoughts is something we all want, but many of us don't know where to even begin. And that's where New Mood comes in. New Mood is here to guide you to mental wellness. We talk about it a lot on the show. We all got our own shit going on, and New Mood will give you the tools you need to tackle stress, so you'll feel empowered to take on whatever life throws at you. So stress in itself is stressful, right? Hey, I'm stressed. Boy, this is stressful. I'm stressed. How do I deal with this stress? Well, with New Mood, you take the journey to mental wellness one step at a time. Their guided approach teaches you the power of shifting your mindset in just a few minutes a day. They taught me this in rehab, that you can rewire your brain. It takes some time, but you can literally rewire your brain to have a different outlook on life, positivity, and just how you live your life. It's scientifically proven, and New Mood's going to help you with that. I, of course, use New Mood in addition to therapy to cope with my mental health. They have tips, tools. I have been getting much better sleep with their tools and guidance on how to do that. Lots of stuff I had no idea about. And they work, backed by science, lessons based on psychological principles that teach you about your relationship with stress and anxiety. And it's convenient. Only 10 minutes a day. You can do it wherever, whenever from the app. So, it's not like you're sitting in an office. You can just, you feel a little stressed, pop open the app, boom, you're good to go. Nice. You are stronger than stress. It doesn't even get to control you. Equip yourself with the knowledge and skills to steer yourself in happiness. And you can navigate the program at your own pace. So, it's not like, hey, this is for everyone. Everyone's different. Everyone's mind is different. Everyone thinks different. So, you can customize it for yourself.
What might take someone 7 minutes to get through their daily lessons might take someone 15,
That's right.
There's
Absolutely.
no timer.
There's no timer. Yeah. You can spend all day on this app if you want to.
Oh yeah, coaches help you out with everything you're working on.
That's right. It's beautiful, and it worked. It worked for the weight loss too. So they know they're a good company. So worry less and feel happier. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/hardfactor. Factor. Noom.com/factor. That's NOOM.com/factor. NOOM.com/factor. Try it out. Mental wellness, very important.
Very important. I have a story. My second story is actually about mental wellness as well. And
real quick, Mark, before we hop on, one other trending item: Britney is pregnant with her third kid.
Oh, yeah,
Spears.
That's right. I was wearing the Britney Spears sweatshirt yesterday. You see that?
Oh no, I was that in honor of her. Or do you think you gave her the juice?
My wife said you wore that.
Did you give her the good omen?
No, after the show, my wife goes, "You wore that because she's pregnant, right?" And I was like, "Sure." I had no idea.
Oh yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
I mean,
timing. Good timing.
She's been flaunting, running around naked. She was gonna get pregnant.
Oh, she was playing around at home.
Whoever was behind that camera.
Yeah.
Well, I think is she married to that guy?
I don't know.
She's married.
Yeah. But yeah, she's got all the pictures. She's got the announcement pictures.
She was asking for a baby for sure. All right. I know we just got back from a trip, but keep those bags packed because
it's time for the TikTok International Moment.
First up, I think if you've been listening to the show in 2022, you've learned that there is a global pandemic going on. And I'm of course talking about people practicing urethral sounding, which is the sex act of shoving something way too big up your urethra, which has led to a few uncomfortable hospital visits where every single doctor in the hospital comes to the same room to laugh at the x-ray. Dr. So-and-so, you got to check this x-ray out, right? And then they write like a new journal thing on it. It is my absolute pleasure to report to you today that some people out there are still fans of the old school, right? Like an anonymous 54-year-old Brazilian man who shoved a 4.4-pound dumbbell up his ass and it got stuck there. Enough of this urethra stuff. Back to the ass, right?
Okay. Just pushing the
more old
limits
school.
of the anus.
That is old school. Let's see. Check out.
He's a romantic.
Yeah, he's a romantic. He's into the classics.
Yeah.
Check out this X-ray. Holy. his whole body.
That's it's a real penis shaped weight dumbbell. It's the most penis looking dumbbell I've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a good thing to show up your ass if you're into that. And then check out this giant forceps or whatever tool that is that they had to go in and retrieve that dumbbell with.
Wow.
Yikes.
You know, the thing that strikes me most about this picture is just how worn the dumbbell is. You can tell that it's been years of use.
It was passed down. It's like that scene from Pulp Fiction. It was like I put it in my ass. Your grandfather put it in his ass.
They yanked it out with those, or they
we'll get to that.
Sitting on a beach, like getting lapped by waves for years. That's what it looks like.
It wore down the outer edges to make it.
There's nothing sharp on that.
Yeah,
the sea glass of dumbbells.
Just a little bit of Vaseline, and that's easily in there.
But those forceps.
Yeah,
are
let me talk about
long.
it. Well, exactly. We'll get to inches too. I got all that. So that's pretty intense. Apparently, homeboy didn't try to come up with an excuse like he was cleaning and tripped and fell perfectly on it either. He said, "No, I shoved it up there because it felt great." But then he couldn't get it back out. So after 2 days of severe abdominal pain, cramping, nausea, vomiting, obviously constipation because no turds were getting around that dumbbell, and you'd have to assume suicidal or at least deep reflective thoughts, he decided to go to a hospital. And let me tell you, knowing several Brazilians, going to a hospital, period, is a big deal. Going to a hospital because you shove something up your ass on purpose and can't get it out and are admitting to it means that guy was in absolute agony.
Yeah.
That's not something a Brazilian guy wants to do.
Not ridicule.
They got to start putting safety strings on these things.
Right?
Well, that one's obviously a dildo, right? Like if something's obviously going to be a dildo, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, I auto-corrected. It's not a dumbbell; it's a dildo. No, that is. It's like a combo.
It's definitely a combo. The creator of that weight was like, somebody might use this as a dildo.
Yeah. Let's not make those edges too wide, fellas. By the way, doctor said it was a good thing he came when he did because he was close to getting anal perforation, which is like a prolapsed anus. And let me tell you, you don't want to Google image search anal perforation.
No, you don't.
Don't do that. The extraction, as you can imagine. Whoa, those pictures will change you. The extraction, as you can imagine, wasn't exactly a kumbaya moment either, as you saw those giant forceps. At first, they tried to get the thing out with tweezers, but it was too hefty. They couldn't grip it. At that point, they realized they were going to have to go in manually, and the doctor that drew the shortest straw went in forearm deep to get it to come out, and then I guess they used that larger metal tool as well. The dumbbell was 8 inches long, and so imagine how long the forceps are there.
They're at least
about a foot.
At least.
And
the guy had to go in forearm deep on top.
So the man got.
You think they gave it back to him, or they just took it away from him?
I mean,
they gave it back to him.
So how far in is that total, Mark? 12 inches plus the forearm deep.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about it, and this guy got an adult-sized forearm, some tweezers, whatever that metal tool is, a dumbbell. At 8 inches of dumbbell, all jammed up his butt. So, all things considered, it wasn't a bad weekend for him,
Right, yeah.
That's what he's into. That's
exactly.
about as good as it's going to get.
That's a great weekend.
Yeah.
Some doctor's fist up your ass. Yeah. that's what he's going for every weekend.
Yeah, he might be back.
Yeah, I got a doctor's fist up my ass this weekend.
Pretty good weekend for that guy. Yeah.
Do you think the doctor prescribed him a safety string?
I don't know. I think
string around it next time.
I think you give that guy a lot of looks of disappointment and just tell him to leave when he's ready to leave. He had to spend 3 days. He had to spend 3 days healing his butthole after they took it out in the hospital. That's how long he was there. 3 days after.
They should dangle it over the top of a trash can.
It's like he gave birth.
And be like, "Do you want it back?" While it's dangling over a trash can, just to let him know what he should do with it.
Yeah, we'll give you back this dumbbell if you tell us what your plan is to not get it stuck in your ass next time.
Yeah. You want this back?
Yeah. I think he wants it back.
Do you think they tried to not give it back and he had to ask for it?
I think he asked for it. I think he demanded it.
Hey, you gonna give me? So do I get it back or what?
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was screaming for it. Does anyone see my dumbbell?
Look how used it. It's his favorite thing.
Took him 3 years to grind those edges down.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's,
You can't start
he's
over
not,
now.
he's not just gonna go to the academy or order like a dumbbell.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Never
metal.
find
It's
another
cold.
one.
It's
No,
cold.
that's what I'm saying.
One of a
Perfect.
kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't find a dumbbell that looks like that. It's
No,
the
I-
most dildo
that guy-
dumbbell
that-
of all time. There's-
That guy would kill to get that thing back. He would kill a human being to get that thing back.
He's got a name.
Yeah. For
Get me
sure.
Smoothie back.
Yeah. I'm not leaving until you give me Smoothie back. Yeah. I think you got it back, guys. All right. I got some really good news for this next one. Good news. Magic mushrooms are good for depression. So this is something we talked about on the show before, but now a study confirms what we've heard and suspected. Yeah, and not only depression, but apparently it can ward off alcohol use disorder. Researchers at the University of Heidelberg in Germany treated rats with alcohol addiction with psilocybin and found that the psychedelic was effective at ending alcohol cravings. So I guess the first part of the study was just getting rats hammered all day and night, like playing Leonard Skinner and watching these rats roll over and shit themselves. And then they gave them psilocybin, and the rats snapped back out of it and didn't even
Psilocybin,
need
yeah.
psilocybin. They didn't even need the alcohol anymore after the psilocybin. Yeah.
That's awesome. This stuff is a miracle drug from everything I've heard about it.
Yeah, so it's depression and alcohol. So two
Yeah.
previous and recent studies, one for depression and one for this alcohol abuse, were evaluated, and the results were just published in Nature Medicine this Monday. And for the depression piece, they did like 3 test groups. They did one where the group knew they were getting psilocybin. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. So
And the active ingredient in mushrooms, right? And one didn't know they were getting it. But they were, and then one didn't know they were getting it, but they were getting a placebo. So they had like 3 groups. What they found was that there are regions of the brain that are like overly connected and rigid. Wes was talking about rewiring your brain, and in people with depression. So they have too much activity in these particular areas of the brain. And then the psilocybin or psilocybin users experienced a reduction in brain connectivity in those rigid areas, while the placebo group did not. And they also experienced like better connectivity to the parts of their brain that weren't getting as much activity, which is what non-depressed people have. It's more spread out instead of rigid in this one area. Places like cognitive and like attention and like ADHD areas of the brain were getting rewired with mushrooms, which is insane. So yeah, it reorganizes your brain to function better. In fact, the results found that just 2 doses of psilocybin appear to be as effective as common antidepressant medicine. Is escitalopram. I don't know how to say that, but I guess it's just like in Prozac and stuff like that. It's like the most common. It's like the common term for Viagra is like not Viagra. It's like that for depression medicine.
Sure.
So it's 2 doses of shrooms. It's like just taking like Prozac or whatever.
Well, how often do you take it though? What's the frequency?
Yeah, so they have to like that's what they have to get to the bottom of, right? And they said, and if you combine the psilocybin with psychological therapy, like going to therapy, it's like works like wonders.
So
and
they use
also
marijuana too for I think opiate withdrawal. So like it seems like hallucinogens in general have a lot of like clinical applications.
for sure.
100%.
And what's it called? The thing with depression medicine is they say like 1/3 of people don't take to it, or like it is worse for them. So this isn't the case with shrooms. The nerds do say more research needs to be done, Will, and like how long the effects of shrooms last, as some people became depressed again when they stopped taking it. So they need to like do like research into how frequently you should take it, what dosages.
It's probably something works for some people and others it doesn't. Like some people are going to be better with microdosing. Some people are going to be better with taking shroom tea
And
like once a week. You know,
It's
just like-
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people can take it like for a month and then maybe don't have to take it again for a year. And some people have to take it continuously type thing.
Yeah.
That's what they're working out. It's
They have
also
to
relatively
figure that all
new, so
out.
they have to make sure like, you know, people aren't going to like go crazy on it. But it's looking
It's
very
surprising-
promising.
it's
Looking very
surprising
promising.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. Surprising that Amsterdam doesn't have more studies on this because shrooms have been
Right.
legal there forever.
They had
So, like-
a lot of studies in the 70s that got kiboshed because they, you know, like
Listen, pharmaceutical companies want this to
reefer
be
madness
squashed.
and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Like crazy. The reason this isn't taking off is because people want to sell you Prozac instead of
because you can
Right.
grow it
But-
in dog shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
some some states are, you know, moving towards legalizing for medicinal purposes shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Washington did
Oregon-
it, or Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah. Oregon and
Colorado,
Colorado, right?
I think Colorado's there too, and maybe
I
another
think
couple
San
put it up.
Francisco. city.
for medicinal. Also, we could have saved the researchers time and the taxpayers money if we just did a giant internet poll asking anyone that takes shrooms if they're depressed, yes or no. We all have friends that were into shrooms. Did you ever see a shroom head walking around depressed on like a Tuesday?
I had
No.
some terrible trips on shrooms, but
I know,
when
but
they're
after
well
you're
stocked.
done the trip,
Right,
like after you're done,
yeah.
after you're
When
done
they're well
macro
stocked.
dosing,
it's
like
a relief.
yeah, like there's
It
no
can
one,
be.
there's no
it
one
can
that's like
be.
a,
But-
you don't see a lot of depressed fish fans, you know?
Wes,
Right,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
what that means? You and I probably just have brains that require heavy rewiring. You know.
Yeah,
So when we
100%.
take them, it's like
100%.
You need to stay on the shrooms.
Everyone's brain
but
is
just
completely
dose
different.
it out.
I'd say most of my shroom trips have been very mild and awesome, but I've definitely had some where I'm like,
There's a great show about this. Just to recommend it, 9 Perfect Strangers with Nicole Kidman is about a group of people that go to like and kind of a spoiler alert, but
Yeah,
that's all.
I've seen the first 2 episodes and I had no idea it was about shrooms, so that certainly is a spoiler. All right, that's going to do it for the TikTok International Moment.
It's been out for a while.
It has. I knew it was a retreat. I didn't know what medicine she was giving them.
Yeah, shrooms.
that's
All right.
amazing. All right. Well, that's good news, Mark.
It is.
Good news. And this last section is going to be, I think, more good news for most people. We're doing 3 of our top segments of all time today. We have Cup of Coffee in the Big Time, TikTok International Moment, and now it's time for Elon's World.
Nice.
One
It's
of
back.
our original segments where we just cover Elon Musk because he's an interesting fella. But we're gonna end with some hot seats as well because Elon is putting somebody in the hot seat right now. While we were down in Florida, Elon Musk had himself a time on Twitter. I don't know if you guys followed along as much as I was
wasn't
following along.
I wasn't
but-
on the internet at all that trip.
It's-
Yeah.
Oh, this was mostly on our flight back, but right
Okay.
before we left. But I'll recap it for you because I wanted to because it's very
Going to
interesting.
Florida is like taking like I mean I didn't even need a phone other than to text people like what place we were going to. Like I didn't keep up with anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But this Elon stuff was enthralling. So when we left last Thursday to go to the beach, he was all set to join the board of Twitter. Like he agreed to it. Parag, the CEO of Twitter, had been like, "Oh, we're so happy he's joining the board." Elon's like, "Oh, it's going to be amazing." And so, everything was that's where we were at. They were talking about maybe putting an edit button on there.
Right.
So we're leaving. We're
yeah,
like,
things
"Oh,
are moving fast. Yeah.
everything's so good, right?
Yeah.
Everything's so
Oh,
happy."
Jack loves him. Everyone loves him. He's on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, but by the time we got back into the studio on Monday, Elon had already announced that he is actually not going to join the Twitter board via Parag, CEO of Twitter, sad sack notes app announcement on Sunday night. So Parag's like, Elon's actually not joining us, and here's why it's a good thing.
Well, that's
here's a
embarrassing.
super long explanation about why it's actually a good thing.
That's embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah, so Elon did that to him. And then on Monday, he said that his refusal to join the Twitter board of directors negates the 14.9% max stake in Twitter clause that he had agreed to as part of joining the board term. So he submitted legal filings saying, you know what,
Oh,
that's
so
not on the
he
table
wants
anymore
more than 14.9%.
on Monday. Well, right now he's got at least 9.2. Sounds like he's planning on growing that
But,
stack.
right. If he
wants
joined
to.
the board, he couldn't get past 14.9 is what you're saying.
Correct. That was what the terms were.
And he's not joined the board, so that leaves the door open for
Yep.
uh-huh.
It allows Musk to pursue a hostile takeover of the company
Yeah.
if he so chooses to now, since he's not going to be on the board. And so what happened, between April 9th and now, he's deleted everything. But basically over the weekend, so everything started when they started having disagreements, Elon and the Twitter team, it looks like, and it all dissolved by Saturday when he had told them privately that he was no longer going to be on the board. And then on Sunday, Twitter announces it. And then Elon deletes a shitload of tweets that he had been tweeting out, making fun of Twitter. And then it files the thing like, I'm going to potentially hostile take over you. So like, it's a very cryptic like sequence of events. The only clues of what comes next is what Elon tweeted between April 9th and what's now been deleted. And then the 3 tweets or the 3 things he left pinned at the top of his profile. So some examples of tweets that he deleted on his tweet rampage is one like this. He said, "Delete the W in Twitter?" ? That was the whole tweet. So
Ha.
you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Titter.
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 Titter. And then he did this one.
I like it.
Convert Twitter San Francisco HQ.
Yeah.
to
Did you delete that?
homeless
He
shelter.
deleted this one?
Since he's deleted all these. Since no one shows up anyways, talking about their work from home policy
Yeah.
forever. I voted yes on that because I thought it was funny.
It's awesome.
91% voted yes.
91
Over million votes, almost 2 million votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elon was also talking about how none of the other big accounts besides him, none of the other top 10
Yeah.
accounts.
Taylor
besides him
Swift
ever
hasn't
tweet.
tweeted in 3 months. And,
But speaking of the convert Twitter HQ to a homeless shelter, this guy got in on the fun. John W. Rich, fake tech exec, tweets: Elon Musk might turn Twitter's office into a homeless shelter. Either way, the building will have visitors that look like this, and it's Jack.
with his huge beard. Yeah.
He looks homeless. He looks like a
Yeah, he
homeless
does.
wizard.
He
Um,
does.
Yeah. So basically, Elon was just taking a piss out of Twitter. He got, it seemed like he got in an argument with their staff, kind of declined the board thing.
You
and
know
then
what this is? It's an analogy like Elon to Twitter right now, where he was going to play nice and join the board and leave it at 14.9% and work with them. He's like the Dolphins now. That are,
100%.
that are roster, whatever it's called, that are just attacking people in the
Rostroming.
cage. Yeah.
He's getting ready for the war.
Yeah, exactly.
he sure is.
Yeah.
Here's the tweets he left up, fellas, so we can guess what might come next. So his last tweet that he didn't delete was truth is the first casualty. And it's just some stuff about how media outlets are not believed by anybody, and
Okay.
there's too much. He's an anti-censorship guy or whatever. And then his only reply he left up is great idea, and it's a reply to Jeff Bezos, who's saying to just make half of Twitter HQ into a shelter instead of the whole thing, so that there would be
have desks and tents in there.
That'd be
Mixed use.
hilarious.
mixed
That'd
use.
be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Guys making like $200K a year that are in
Yeah.
their 30s
Some
next
guys
to
shitting in a
homeless
bucket,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, Bezos was like, we
Yeah.
did it at 8 floors of our Seattle office. And anyways, I
Interesting.
didn't share the whole thread, but everybody was freaking out that Bezos and Elon were talking to each other. It seems like maybe Bezos also has an axe to grind with Parag or whoever at Twitter, but we'll see.
Damn.
So here's the last that he liked from April 11th. Like, he deleted everything back to these specific things. And it's user at Tank TDS tweets in a reply to Parag on April 11th. He says, "Let me break this down for you. Elon became the largest shareholder of free speech. Elon was told to play nice and not speak freely. At Elon Musk, hashtag Twitter, hashtag Elon Musk." So Elon Musk liked that. That's obviously the reason he's saying he declined the thing. He left these up on purpose so everybody could see.
It would be good for Hard Factor if he was the largest, if he took over Twitter, because
Yeah, he would let us say whatever we want. And
we get
right.
dinged by them all the time.
right
Might
now
get
we're
Trump back.
Oh yeah, that would open things up too. I mean, people are really scared. I think the Twitter employees are really scared that that's what he wants to do, is put Trump back. I'm not sure. Elon's had beef with both Trump and Biden, so I don't know what he feels about that.
There's
But-
way worse shit
as long
on
as he
there.
lets us shit tweet and talk jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm cool with the meme lord being the boss of Twitter. I mean, because I don't know this Parag guy, but as predicted, when this all started with the 9.2% shares on April 4th, as we predicted, hot seat Parag Agrawal, current short-time CEO of Twitter. Because
Yeah, it's gonna be a short time.
you
too.
are in the fucking hot seat, the
He's
hottest
done.
of seats, my friend.
Yeah.
The richest
I
man in the
would-
world is on your ass. Hot
I
seat.
would take the
number
money
2.
and run for Parag.
Mhm.
Well,
It's not good. Just sell
yeah,
your shares. Quit.
if they offer you a deal, yeah, I'm sure he's going to stay rich. I mean, these guys
Yeah.
are all like
he's
huge
fine.
tech execs.
Current
Doesn't-
CEO of Twitter means 100 millionaire. Yeah,
Yeah.
minimum. Yeah.
So it's just Parag's gonna. It's you guys see the video where that guy was telling the girl like, take the L, take the L.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing Elon's done, honestly.
Somebody's
Better,
gonna
more
call
than
it Parag.
anything.
Yeah, this Twitter stuff's pretty good.
I love it. I love
Everybody
these-
likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody likes it because I think everybody kind of got sick of how weird Twitter got. Twitter.
The Twitter sucks right
Well,
now.
we send out a joke from Hard Factor, and then we get like 3 notifications, get shadow banned. It's like, these aren't like, we're not trying to like make people like
It's
do
biased.
anything. We're just
and not
telling
free speech.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's completely biased.
It's got like a keyword in it, an algorithm, and then like we're shadow banned. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I love it.
Twitter sucks. We get they're by far the worst. social media platform right now, and
Agreed.
hopefully Elon improves them. Hot seat number 2, Dan Snyder, Redskin franchise ruiner and current, hopefully short-time owner of the Washington D.C. Commanders. Turns out that those accusations of him hiding money from other teams are even worse than initially reported, as the House Oversight Committee has submitted a letter to the Federal Trade Commission on Tuesday, April 12th, that accused the Snyder-run organization of wrongfully retaining as much as $5 million in deposits from approximately 2,000 customers. Commies fans, and much more in withholding from league profit sharing rules. And this is where it's way worse. So a disgruntled ex-employee who had worked there since before Snyder bought the team in 1999 and was fired in 2020. His name is VP of Sales and Customer Service, Jason Friedman. He hooked the Oversight Committee up, the House Oversight Committee up, with emails and Excel sheets to back up all of the information that they're now accusing him of.
He had it all. He had every fucking piece of data that they needed. Yeah,
he had
21 years VP of. Yeah, he had it all.
He's a high level guy,
Yeah.
so it's you got to think this is legit. So this is just an excerpt from the ESPN article. It says, in the letter, the committee says Friedman claimed the team maintained 2 books, one that was shared with the NFL with the underreported ticket revenue, and another that included the accurate revenue and was shown to owner Dan Snyder only. So
Damn.
it's like this is on top of all the sexual harassment.
What is this, the Shawshank Redemption? What is this, Shawshank
Yeah.
Prison? What are they doing?
Sounds just like it.
What the hell is this guy doing?
He's a psycho. I mean, how long could the NFL keep letting him get away with every scandal before they make a move?
This is the end, right? Because if you start withholding profits from all other 31 owners and stuff, you can get voted out.
He's been doing it for
you're a
years, 20
pariah,
years.
Yeah.
You'd think so, Mark. So that's why I say hot seat, Danny boy. May you burn in it, buddy. Your hot seat number 2.
Both those guys are gonna get fired. Parag and Snyder. They're getting fired.
And finally, to the happiest hot seat of all, potentially for most people, hot seat number 3, Ravensborg,
Yes,
South
bro.
Dakota Attorney General that killed Mr. Joe Beaver. Right, it's that was his
Yes.
name, right? Joe.
Yep.
First name.
Yep.
In his car when he was like on the way home from a fundraising event.
Yep.
And claimed that he hit a deer back in
A
2020.
deer with human glasses that ended up in his car. Yeah.
Plaid
Yep,
shirt, yeah.
in the middle
A
of the
deer
night.
with bad eyesight, apparently.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
he drove in a cop car in the middle of the night to leave the scene while Mr. Beaver's head and glasses had clearly gone through his windshield. And they quote unquote discovered it the next day, and he was shocked. Well,
And he got to drive a cop car home and stuff.
Yeah, cover up, yeah.
Real
yeah,
big
he
scene.
told-
Yeah.
He pled no contest to like some bullshit traffic violation charges
Mhm.
because he's like in charge of he's the AG of South Dakota. Anyways,
Yep.
he
He
was
got like distracted driving because
That
he was
was
on his cell phone.
and going
Yeah.
on the shoulder, Wes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he was finally though impeached by the South Dakota House
Hell
of
yeah.
Representatives on Tuesday. I think the vote was 36 to
Fire
31.
him too. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the House
Fire
voting
him
on
into the
it.
sun.
Here's
yeah.
Ravensborg and his dumbass
Look
face
at that face.
Jesus.
replying to it.
Ugly
Yeah, he's-
moron.
He is not a looker, is he?
No,
Um,
Sheepish voice.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So he's now going to at least have to temporarily leave office while the Senate hears the impeachment trial. Unfortunately, 66% required. Probably not going to happen in a Republican state with the Republican AG. But whether he's impeached now or
Get a different Republican in there. Fuck that guy. Get him out.
So whether he's impeached now in April or loses his primary reelection in June in the Republican Party because of all the bad press, hopefully, hot seat Ravensborg.
Yeah. Get him out of there.
I mean, that guy seemed like he was like he was like Teflon. It seemed like nothing they could do could get this fucker to pay for
Well, even Boebert called for his head for a while. That didn't work.
Mhm.
Noam. But
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the governor.
She's also
Noam, yeah.
she's behind this
I
too.
meant- yeah. The
So-
governor called for his head, and it didn't
Well,
even
it's
stick.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He killed the guy.
justice for
Clearly
Joe
lying,
Beaver.
yeah.
Come on, like.
Yeah. Get him out of there.
And then Ravensburg is like, no one's been taken out. No one's been impeached for a traffic violation. Well, you fucking killed somebody.
That's a manslaughter. It's not a traffic violation. It's not a speeding ticket, bro. You didn't double park.
Yeah,
You
right.
hit a guy at 50 miles an hour, his head went through your car.
You got
And then
away
you
with
called
it.
a cop, and then you covered it up and took his cop car home and lied about it for 24 hours and still lied about it. You knew you hit a human being.
And then he
Piece of
clearly,
shit.
he clearly kind of cries when he realizes
Probably
that his-
drunk.
realizes that
Yeah,
his
he
question
claims he
wasn't,
wasn't, but it was the fundraiser was at a sports bar. I mean,
it was a mess. It was a mess. And then the interrogation footage of him behind the scenes is also very incriminating. So some really good news to close things out today. Ravensburg in the hot seat, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Oh wait, no, bonus
More?
dog hot seat,
bonus dog.
Oh,
Cracker Barrel. Because
Uh-oh.
Twitter always thinks they're ultra racist, and they seem to trend randomly on days where inflation is 20%.
What?
I get shit on by a bird or whatever. But yeah,
Hilarious.
Cracker Barrel trending again because there was like a video calling him racist, and then it's like a big
oh,
debate
hilarious.
on
Wow.
Twitter every time. Is it the most racist place ever? If not,
That's
No.
funny.
yeah. So personally, I wouldn't mind some biscuits and gravy right now.
I don't see a lot of black people in there, but I don't think racism, when I'm going to get food. Anyways,
Right.
d-
Why,
did-
why do restaurants? Why do we have to do this with brands? Why do we have to do
Not a
this
lot-
with brands?
not a lot of Asians in a Cracker Barrel. Did you see, going back to your point about the behind the interviews like with the cops with Ravensburg?
Yes.
It reminded me when they told him that they found Beaver's glasses inside his car. His face and reaction was like when that podcast told Krista Elliott
Snapchat,
that Snapchat doesn't disappear.
Exactly.
It was the same look of I'm caught.
yeah. I mean, it totally
I mean,
washes
come
over
on.
him.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Oh.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Give me a break. But that's some happy stuff. Happy stuff to close out. Glad Ravensburg is back in the hot seat.
That was good.
Me
A
too.
lot of hot seats. A lot of people in the hot seats.
But it's good hot seats too.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, those are good.
And
Okay.
let's see who's in the hot seat for the cup of coffee in the big time tomorrow with the
Real
wheel.
quick, got one of the shirts
Whoa.
in, another one of the shirts.
No, that
Fat
looks
Boy
beautiful,
Summer.
Wes.
Got the hat, pretty
Oh.
sexy.
Great looking logo.
Store.hardfactor.com. If you're not on the Patreon, on the Discord, support the boys and get it on Fat Boy Summer. Hey, if you got a fat friend and you hate him and you want to make fun of him, buy a shirt that says
Send
Fat
it.
Boy Summer. Yeah, it's
Actually,
it's a great
They'll-
gift.
They'll love you forever
Yeah,
because it's a
they
great
will love
brand.
you.
It also
Yeah.
comes in all sizes if you want to be ironic and you wear like a
Right.
small Fat
Mhm.
Boy Summers for you too. It's about
That's
the
right.
attitude.
That's
right?
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the attitude of Fat Boy Summer.
the
That's a
attitude.
6-pack of rules. And I mean, I could run them down real quick if you guys want me to do it. I
Yeah,
mean,
have
no
them?
problem.
run them. Yeah, if you got them.
The official 6 rules of Fat Boy Summer are: 1, shirt optional.
Right.
Optional. Trademark pending. Number 2, relax and chill out as much as possible. I think that was just
That's
the
a good one.
implied.
Mhm.
Number 3, treat Thursdays like first Fridays.
Yes.
So you always giving yourself an extra weekend day, no matter what, just in
Yes.
your mind.
Mhm.
Mentally, more weekends for you.
Rewire your mind. There's 2 Fridays now.
There you
First,
go.
Exactly. Grill as much as possible.
nice.
Thursday night grill might help you get into that weekend mindset. No portion or unit shaming. If somebody's eating light or heavy, don't be a dick. Or betting light or heavy, just don't. That's number 5.
Or
could probably
drinking
just
light
be-
or heavy. Just
Also,
yeah.
don't be
Yeah,
a dick.
yeah.
But no portion or unit shaming
Right.
specifically. I think that came up during a gambling conversation. And then number 6, Fat Boy Summer only ends really for football season, which has similar rules. So
Right.
it's really just the mindset, like Mark said. That's the
Right.
mindset.
There you go. Let's spin
Beautiful.
that wheel for tomorrow. Pat's
spin
back
it.
in it.
Pat's back in it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay,
Who's
here we
getting a
go.
cup of coffee? I bet Pat, based on the wheel history.
It'll
Nope.
be Will.
It's gonna be
Look
Will.
at that.
Nice.
Will on the coffee.
I can't promise that I'm not going to play the clip of Biden getting shit on by the bird because that one's pretty funny.
I didn't see it. It sounds funny. Anytime someone gets shit on my word,
Yeah.
All right.
that's funny.
TikTok from me.
Bless. There it is.
All right.
Nice.
I know it'll be a little stale.
I feel like we're back in the groove. Yesterday's show, I'm not saying it was bad at all. I'm just saying, we're back in the groove. I feel like
Today was
Rust-
shows.
Rust-
Today's show was a
Rust
10 out of 10.
Rust is shaking off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good show today, right?
Yeah. Great show.
not only that, fellas, but we got the next Patreon deep dive. It'll be dropping tomorrow for the
Yeah.
patrons.
Tomorrow evening, yeah.
We'll see who it is. Not sure yet, but it's going to be a good one. Lots of great suggestions out there. Pat should be back the rest of the week. Follow at Hard Factor News on all social media. Please share and save videos on our TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and anywhere else you like to waste time on your phone. We post videos pretty much everywhere. And if you share and save them, it really helps us grow.
Yeah, our socials are growing pretty fast. You guys can help us make it even faster. Yeah.
That's right.
And we thank you for it. But most importantly, Get out there and have a great fucking day.